wrote this for you. I don't want you to hurt, so I'll give you this
Hooponopono, a really funny word for a really powerful Hawaiian practice. Welcome to Freedom Friday, guys. Today we're going to talk about Hooponopono. 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 If you don't know what that is, well, I'm going to tell you. If you do know what that is and you have been practicing Hooponopono, I have some tips that could make it a little bit easier for you and a little bit, or a lot of bit, more effective. So, I'm going to tell you what Hooponopono is. Hooponopono is an ancient Hawaiian practice. Basically, what you're doing is taking responsibility for everything that occurs in your life, even on the outside. So other people that come into your life, the actions that you witness, I mean everything. Taking complete and utter full responsibility for every single thing that occurs in your life. And then you state this, in no particular order. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Now, I'm going to tell you how effective this practice has been just by using an example with Dr. Hugh Len, who used Ho'opono in Hawaii in a mental ward where there was, and you can research a little bit more into this, but this mental ward was stricken by criminals that have murdered, raped, you name it. I mean, these were mentally ill people, and the ward was so stricken by negativity that the people that work there didn't even want to work there. And they even say that the paint wouldn't even stick on the wall. There was so much negativity just lingering all throughout the ward. Now, Dr. Hugh Len, who was the new psychologist on board, what he did was he never saw one of the patients, not one, but he asked for all of their files. And in reading the files, he did the practice of Ho'oponopono. And what happened was, in a very short amount of time, each of the patients began to heal and be able to leave the ward. So much so that eventually, because there was no more patients left, the ward had to be closed down. Now, how did Dr. Hugh Len heal all of the patients without seeing them? Well, he took full responsibility for every single thing that came into his life. So he did not heal the patients, but he healed himself. Here's the thing about the outside world that you're looking at right now, including me as you're watching this video. Every single thing that you see, witness, experience in this outside physical world is a direct reflection of what is going on the inside. It's your perception. It's crazy, isn't it? Science tells us, physics actually, tells us that atoms actually act in different ways depending on what or who is looking at them. So an atom or something actually becomes what it is because of who is looking at it. Kind of mind-blowing. Again, you can look deeper into this. There are plenty of things out there that you can research into this concept. So, what we do, what Dr. Hugh Len did, and what we do in this practice of Ho'oponopono is when something that we perceive as negative, even if we perceive it as positive, if something that we perceive as negative comes into our life, and Dr. Hugh talks about it as data, I would maybe call it conditioning. What he'll do is say, I'm sorry that I am witnessing this negativity. Please forgive me for witnessing this negativity and for witnessing this as negative. Thank you. Thank you possibly for healing this within me, and I love you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful practice to do with absolutely anything and everything in your life. But I'm going to give you one step further to make this a little bit easier for you. And I got this clue from reading part of the teacher's manual in A Course in Miracles. Basically, what it is, and this is a whole nother reason for why I have Love is My Mission tattooed on my arm. A Course in Miracles teaches us that the core of everyone is God, right? Love. God is love. So the truth, if you strip all of us down of our conditioning, what you will be left with is God energy, love, bliss, joy, compassion. Just what you will see is God. So my mission in life, as I state, love is my mission. My mission in life is to see God within everyone. And this is where Hooponopono comes in. Rather than trying to pick apart, which things am I seeing negatively, the truth is that anything that you're seeing that is not God, right? If you are seeing anything within anything in your life that is any less than God, you are not seeing it in its true state. You are not seeing the genuine truth of that thing or person or situation that you are witnessing, because God is everything, always, everywhere. So when you are not seeing God, you are not seeing. So what you want to do is add this practice of Hooponopono. When you are seeing anything in a perception that is not seeing God. So anytime you are not witnessing God, if something is hurting you, well, that couldn't be God. If I'm witnessing, for instance, my boyfriend the other day, I was witnessing him yelling and screaming at someone and cursing. And me witnessing that started to make me feel bad and started to think he was bad for doing that. So what I can do is go, oh, if I'm experiencing this and perceiving this as bad, then I am not perceiving God within him, the truth within him. I am refusing to see the truth through God's eyes. So then I could implement the practice of Hooponopono. And I would say this to God. You could say this to no one. You could say this to someone in particular. The important part is feeling it. It's always, A Course in Miracles also teaches us that words actually have absolutely no meaning. It's the intent behind them that give the meaning. Words are actually pointing to the meaning. So it's all about having the meaning behind them. So what I would say is, I'm sorry that I am not witnessing God in this man currently. Please forgive me for seeing wrong. Thank you for opening my eyes and my awareness and allowing me to see God within this man. I love you. And we could just repeat that practice. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And feel it. Really feel it. Because I've done this practice before without the real meaning. And it wasn't until I read this part of a Course in Miracles in the teacher's manual and it clicked for me. And I said, wow, I don't have to pick apart, well, should I do Hooponopono on this, or where are things I'm doing negatively and when should I use it? It's just when you are not seeing God, you are not seeing right. And that's it. That is the simplest way to put that practice into absolutely everything in your life. When you are not seeing God in absolutely everything and anything, you are not seeing right. There is no level of comparison. None are more right or more wrong than others. It is just right and wrong. If you are not seeing God, you are not seeing. That's what I would say. If you are not seeing God, you are not seeing. So, practice this Hooponopono. I hope this was a wonderful video for you. It was a great aha for me. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. If you want to boost it, you can do a little EFT with it. So we could say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Deep breath. Best of luck practicing your Hooponopono. Share this video because this is super, super powerful stuff. Share it on your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams, your email, all of that. And make sure you go to DariAwaken.com where this video is posted, and down below, comment with your experience with Hooponopono. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week.
Look how far I've come. I was just like you, lost and alone, searching for love. And no matter how hard I tried, it was no use. Did God just hate me? But I was just like you, lost and alone.